I had 30 days to find an apartment in Toronto without a Canadian bank account, and I had to do it all completely online. My starting situation was bad, and my credit score, it wasn't just bad, it was non-existing. And yet, I still made it. I'm sitting right here in my new home office in Toronto, in an overall great apartment that I found against all the odds. And the crazy part, compared to what I would pay in Germany, it's not even that much. But more on that later. Alright, let's start. First, I wanted a small apartment, but with a separate sleeping area. I really didn't want a bachelor apartment where my bed is in my living area. Second, in-unit laundry. I know here in Canada it's maybe considered luxury or premium, but in Germany it's quite common. And third, I needed a small room, like a den, where I can work from home and shoot these videos. So a 1-bedroom plus den with in-unit laundry. Seemed easy enough, right? No. Okay, so with my wish list ready, it's start to take a look at the websites, right? But there's the first problem. Which website do I even use? Everyone in Germany knows ImmoScout, but this is not really a thing here. So I looked at 3 websites. And first of all, the biggest one, Realtor Canada. And it's very nice. You get a lot of listings, but here's the catch. It's all run by agents. And the second you talk to an agent, what is the first thing they're going to ask for? Your credit score. For me as a newcomer, it was really a dead end. Next, I checked out Condos Canada. And honestly, this site is fantastic. It's clean, it has amazing data and beautiful photos. It's a premium experience, but it's premium. So you need to have deep pockets to find a good apartment. I was frustrated. The agents wouldn't touch me, and the premium stuff, it was just out of my league. And I still haven't found a single listing that matched my criteria. I realized I couldn't win the system game. So I stopped playing the game. And instead of looking for listings, I was looking for people. And that's when I landed on Kijiji. Kijiji, for those who don't know, is basically eBay or Facebook Marketplace. But it's the Wild West. You can find anything there. Furniture, bikes, boats, work, and apartments. It's full of private landlords that are not big corporate agencies, but rather small private landlords that only have 1 or 2 apartments. That was my opening. If you want to see the full apartment tour, then make sure to subscribe. So let's continue. I quickly realized being in the Wild West is not always good because there are a lot of traps you could fall for. Everywhere there were offers, they were just too good to be true. The red flags were everywhere. Before I even saw the apartment, they wanted a reservation fee or money to secure my spot or you name it. It was just thousands of fakes. And quickly my perspective shifted. This is not only about finding an apartment, but not getting scammed. In Germany, finding an apartment is, I would say, predictable. It's not always easy or it's not fun, but if you follow the rules, you will get there. But this, on Kijiji, was the exact opposite of having predefined rules. This was pure chaos. And what I had to learn the hard way, it was not about forms, it was mostly about speed. And I started to apply for anything that wasn't an obvious scam. Every time a personalized message. Hey, I'm German, I have a job in Toronto, I work for this company, but I just don't have a Canadian credit score. And you know how many people have answered me? 2. And it turned out one of them was actually a scam. And really, I was just about to close my laptop. I got a reply. And he said, okay, hey, sounds like a weird situation, but we can figure it out. Just give me a call. And I explained my whole story. My US visa dream, why I want to move to Toronto now. He said, you sound like a good person, the job looks solid, and I've been in crazy situations myself. Let's do this. So basically, just a conversation with another person, and this changed my future completely. I now was able to get an apartment in Canada with a non-existing credit score. And yeah, here I am, back in my apartment. And when I compare it to in Germany, to have a swimming pool in the apartment building or a home gym, you would pay a fortune. And basically what I pay here now for my rent is pretty standard, maybe a bit premium in German cities. But as I said, you wouldn't have those amenities. So yeah, that's my story how I found an apartment with zero credit in Toronto. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.